Good evening, your majesties, and welcome to this evening's performance. I, of course, am Hayden Hartrick. I am the ringleader of this bastardized brotherhood of battlers, and these are your jesters. We have Clayton Chalman.
I'm Sweeney Todd.
We have Alex Pittner. We have Collin Mims.
Oh, I had an idea, but I just lost it because Alex killed me. Okay, yeah, that's it. That's all I'm gonna say now. Fuck.
And we have Brett Owen.
I'm Twinny Sod.
And this is Jest
Quest.
Quest. Jest Quest. We were really on top of it here. How's everybody doing this evening? This wonderful February evening on this last day of February.
Doing well.
Excited to see everybody here. I'm quiet. That is true.
Yes.
Thank you so much. I
Frog boy.
have my level set incorrectly. How does this sound, everybody? Does this sound better for you?
All right. No difference on my end, but.
Oh, wait.
Yes. Yes.
Cool. Thank you. Yes. All right. So we this is Jest Quest, of course. It's this little fun little D&D stream that we all do. We have fun here. Before we get into tonight's episode, we always do our little announcements here. Of course, I'm gonna do it. I know I'm getting really annoying about this, but it's because you guys all haven't done it yet. But you gotta follow our Twitter, man. You gotta do it. It's at JestQuestDND. That is D, the letter N, D. That's where we post tweets, which is really wild. That's where we do that. But yeah, that's where we'll give you updates of when we're live, what we're doing, what's coming down the pipeline in terms of stuff, because we're all talking behind the scenes, and there's cool stuff coming down the line you want to watch out for. But other than that, does anybody else have really any cool things they want to say? Any announcements before we hop into tonight's episode?
No. I love you, and I'm very grateful that you're watching. This means a lot to me. That's all.
Well, I think. All right. So we're gonna hop in. We're gonna just dive right in like the Olympics, you know. So. This group of adventurers, naming themselves the Candy Mafia, competed in a tournament in the city of Zaspros entitled the Spring Fling. It was a 3-part tournament in which my brain has totally gone out of my head. In which a bunch of new competitors were competing in this tournament to win some money. The tournament ended up being a 2-part tournament with puzzles and combat, and our party was able to win the tournament, facing off in the final round against a tiefling and half-elf brother and sister named Ugo and Evangeline Allsbane. They were narrowly able to win the battle and took home about 4,000 gold pieces. After the cooldown from this tournament day, they all had their discussions, and they decided to leave the next day to the city of Domat, which is where they are following leads in a journal they had found earlier in the campaign, hunting down a mysterious figure known only as the Phoenix King. And they paid all their dues to the rest of the town. We did that off stream. They paid about 40 gold. If you care, and if somebody out there is crazy enough to keep track of how much what party gold they have and what they've spent, don't do that. Don't do that. But if somebody out there wants to, they spent 40 gold, and they set off on the road to Domat. So, that is where we pick up, just as you are leaving the gates of Zaspros. What are you doing?
I'm walking. I don't know about y'all. I'm walking.
Yeah, I'm also gonna go ahead and walk. Actually,
Cool.
Okay.
We head
I'm gonna
towards Domat. I assume there's like a straight path or a road at least.
Yes, my map is right here. Let me look at it. Let me consult it. Your travel to Domat is about half of the time that you spent traveling to Mozetta. So you're going to have about 4 days of travel ahead of you in terms of everything that you're doing. So is there anything specific you're doing before you're getting on the road as a major, like really settling into the day of travel? You are on foot, so your travel pace is not as fast as most normal travel, so you're gonna shuffle around the 4, maybe 5 days if something were to happen.
When we won the tournament, did we get like any like badges or anything like that at all?
No, you were not given any paraphernalia to denote your winnings.
Okay, because walking around with like an Olympic medal might either put us off of people's hit list or put them definitely on. So,
well, from what you know is the Spring Fling is a lot more centralized to Zaspros itself. It's not like a kingdom-wide event.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got you.
Okay. So, you guys left, I believe, about midday. So you're only going to have about half a day's travel through this beginning part of your journey. So, I need one of you, please, to roll a d20 for me.
Ooh,
And somebody, another person to roll a survival check.
I'll roll survival. I have survival.
I guess I'll roll a d20 right quick.
Do I have good survival? Yeah, I do.
Good.
It's gonna be an 18 for survival.
And 17 on the d20.
Okay. Your first half a day's travel goes quite well, actually. You're just outside of the city, so your main road is pretty evident. You're not really having to seek out any specific forms of like, you're not risking getting lost at all. And the road is quite calm today. Beautiful blue spring air above you as you walk. As the sun begins to set over the horizon, creating this beautiful, orange glow over the land. You have the choice to continue pushing on further into the night if you would like. However, that is risks levels of exhaustion. So it is up to you what you would like to do.
Is anyone interested in that?
No, I'm pretty good to kick back, set up camp.
I think we are all very. None of us are really in a rush, are we? So.
No, I don't think so.
I think so. Yeah.
I mean, admittedly.
I mean, the guy we're going to go see is probably like a huge bastard, but like not to the point where like we can rush things. I don't think. I'd rather not face him on and be exhausted in the process.
Yeah, we want to go the safe way. Probably get like a couple hours.
I mean, if any of us end up with exhaustion, we'll have to slow down anyways.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. So, pulling off the main road is quite easy for traveling on foot. You're not having to worry about horses or carts or anything, so you're able to pull off the main road and find a easy little clearing in the forest to which to give yourselves a nice little camp set up with your bedrolls, your rations. You're probably able to scrounge together a little bit of food that you maybe had left over that would have spoiled on the journey. So a nice dinner awaits you all as you begin to bed down for the evening.
And I will, of course, cast alarm and have Buddy stand guard for the night.
Okay. Anything else anybody is doing as the night draws to a close?
I'm gonna smoke sugar again. I'm gonna do just a full Gandalf routine where I use prestidigitation to make the smoke look like boats.
I gotta go. What are the health detriments of smoking sugar?
Yeah, so
Don't do this at home.
I actually don't think that there are any.
Because you can smoke bomb out of that, I thought.
I heard that it was healthy.
Thomas.
I did also hear that it was healthy.
Well, I mean, we've seen what happens when you smoke Smarties, you know? So, I mean...
You become the coolest kid in second grade. So I'm an adult. So how cool do I become?
So Thomas, your 70-year-old lungs, as you sit down and you fill your duck-headed pipe with goose-headed pipe. Your pipe with a goose head. Are you just pouring sugar in there and just lighting it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Of course.
How are you lighting it?
With fire, baby, on my hands. I'm prestidigitationing this shit. It's a small campfire as far as mechanics go. Yeah.
So you take and you prestidigitation. You know, your fingers. It just dip it into it.
Yeah, baby.
You begin to ignite and melt the almost like you start to caramelize the sugar that's inside, because that's what happens when you heat sugar. And you inhale the sugar fumes through the pipe. I need you to make a Constitution check for me.
Easy. With advantage or just...
Why would you... No advantage.
I got a 15. I got a 15.
Okay. So it is enough to just, you hold it in your chest and you exhale it, and you're not like struggling. You were trying to make boats out of the
Yeah, I'm gonna use prestidigitation to make boats. Oh, wait, that feels maybe more mind illusion. But I wanted to make the smoke into boats, like Gandalf.
I could help him out. I think thaumaturgy, I can make him into boats.
Hear that?
I
don't know if
control
Clayton
smoke.
is right there on the stream, but hear that? Hear about with the boats, Hayden? Hayden, you've been awfully quiet on boats for as long as I've known you. I don't think we've ever talked about boats.
Okay, hold up.
How much math are you doing for boats right now?
I am trying to figure out if these spells that you're trying to do will create...
If we don't have to spend 2 minutes on this, man.
Well, if you want the boats, I'm trying to give you the boats.
All right, that's true.
I don't know about y'all, but I want the fucking boats.
I want the boats.
This episode can't end until there are at least some boats in it, okay?
Okay,
Thank you.
I have to agree.
I don't know if either of those spells necessarily is enough to alter the smoke into a solid boat shape. You could make a cloud illusionary boat, but shaping the smoke that you're exhaling.
No one's got prestidigitation at all.
I do. Apparently, it's like.
That's
then
not
I'm
gonna
gonna
cut it.
Huh?
All right.
No.
Well, I'm going to fall asleep mid-exhale, so I fall asleep thinking that I made a boat when I did not at all.
Yeah.
So you all watch as Thomas,
my little yellow cape.
and then just falls asleep.
As he falls asleep. Do we need to put a stop to that. Like
I don't really know what the benefits or detriments of your health might be to smoking sugar.
Well, I wonder. Surely there is something more conventional we could get him. That is perhaps.
Be honest, you're a druid. Can't you just grow some weed, some marijuana, something? Like, come on, tobacco? Anything?
There's so many weeds. Which weed? Tobacco?
Yes. Like nothing?
Well, it's not as though it grows everywhere.
He also, I think he tried tobacco yesterday, and I think it hurt his tummy a little bit. So,
to be fair, that is a bit of an acquired taste. It's not as though you simply start smoking tobacco out of nowhere. Hayden, would there be tobacco grown in this region of the city, the Kingdom of All?
Why don't you make a nature check for me?
Okay, right. Dionysus goes into the wood. Hey, I found some tobacco. Yeah, that box. All right, I got a 23.
A 23. So in the 3 cities that you've been in, you, Dionysus, yourself, don't necessarily, like, you've seen tobacco plants before. Certain, like you know, you've seen them before, but you don't know exactly where they're native to. You haven't seen any so far in your travels in the Kingdom of All. So you're not exactly sure where it would be cultivated.
All right. In that case, she's gonna kind of relay at least what she knows on the front that she's like, I have no idea where this grows in the Kingdom of All.
Damn. Okay.
It would likely be best if we simply bought it someplace.
Probably.
I'm gonna go to sleep now.
Yeah, let's go to bed. Fuck this.
Figure this out in the morning, or we can simply buy him some in Domat. Should we take the sugar from him?
I don't think we can. I wouldn't feel good confiscating his belongings. I think it's certainly probably not that detrimental that we need to be straight up taking shit from him, but
we will listen. The moment he has a coughing fit, we will have an intervention, but not a minute before.
I can agree to that.
Okay.
All right.
Yes.
Night, y'all.
Good night.
So, you will find yourselves to rest. Buddy is keeping watch, correct?
Buddy is keeping watch.
Buddy's anvil head on a pivot, looking throughout the forest. I need you to go ahead and make a perception check for me.
Sure thing. 9.
9?
9.
Okay. Nothing triggers your alarm, and Buddy does not notice anything immediately.
Immediately.
So.
Classic.
Day rises, sun up now. It's day.
The imagery, the picture you paint with words.
Why, thank you. I am a wordsmith. So, as the sun rises and the light hits your eyelids, you all begin to awaken one by one. Of course, Dionysus awakening last. As is the usual. You have a full day ahead of you. Anything specific you'd like to do before getting back on the road and heading more southern?
We gotta make some eggs.
Okay.
We all need eggs, right?
Let's have some eggs.
Let's have some eggs.
We're gonna have nice eggs, and Dionysus is actually going to make a point of transforming into. I want to transform into some animal that has like keen smell. The only thing I have pulled up right now is direwolf, and that seems a little excessive. She wants to go hunt down some food to go put into those eggs.
Okay. So you're hunting eggs and food.
I'm assuming we have eggs, but
Eggs don't. I don't know if eggs really make the best travel food.
Yeah, don't worry. Buddy's got like a whole fucking fridge on his fanny pack. You know.
Don't eggs like not expire for a while? Isn't that like part of the deal?
Not cow eggs, but those are very rare.
Not cow eggs, all right. Those are
okay. Eggs.
Okay, I don't want to feed this.
You know what? This was meant to be more like a cute little thing.
Yes,
yeah.
Is that all right with y'all?
It's the day after. So
yeah, I love it.
So just give me a survival check.
Okay.
You transform into a. What did you transform into?
I'm just gonna say a regular wolf because they've got keen hearing and smell. And
okay. So the ribbons gather around as you transform into a wolf and go off into the forest.
Right. And so that gives me, if I'm using smell, I have advantage. So that first survival is going to be 23. And the second's 9. So let's stick with that 23.
Okay. Any specific type of food you're looking for?
Particularly, I'm thinking like some nice roots or any vegetables that are growing. But also, wouldn't hurt if you came across like a rabbit or something.
Okay. Easy enough to gather all of the ingredients necessary for the breakfast you're making as you return with a rabbit, easy enough to find here in the forest in your do you turn back into a human before, or are you coming back in wolf form?
She's definitely coming back in wolf form, and there's that transitory period where she has like all the fruit, the vegetable, and like the rabbit in her mouth, and then she transforms back into mortal form, and she still has the rabbit in her mouth, and she's kind of like, oh, oh, I do hate when I do that.
Boom. All of the fruit and meat that gathered slams into the dirt before you.
Can I make like a reflex check to try and like put a pan underneath it as it falls to make sure it doesn't hit the ground?
Yeah, make a acrobatics check.
Okay.
Out of the wolf's mouth and into the frying pan.
That is an 18 plus 2. Dirty 20.
Yeah, sure. So when you see the wolf coming up, you kind of like, you're like, oh, you kind of have an instinct, that sixth sense that Yamina taught you as you grab your pan and as Dionysus transforms and you see her begin to spit out all the food, you just like, poof, lightning fast right under as all of it falls into this pan, to which are you making breakfast?
I am going to start making breakfast. Yes.
Okay, Micah. Go ahead and make a cook's tools check for me. Do you have cook's tools?
Well, I didn't know that was a thing.
We have cook's tools. I go to Buddy. I open up a panel in his chest. There's a small compartment with a little dial on the end. I turn it to a notch that says cook's utensils. There is a little flash inside. I pull it out, and we have cook's utensils.
Cool.
Right.
This is with my right tool for the job feat.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Would I be rolling, or would Clayton be rolling?
Does somebody have proficiency in cook's tools? Cook's utensils?
No. I don't think I do.
I thought you were a chef. Is that not?
I thought I was too. There was no option for cook's tools, though. I didn't know the thing.
Probably like your artisan's tools.
Okay, in that case, I don't have it. The thieves' tools count? I have painter.
I think I'm technically proficient with these, right? If I made them, I think that's in my feet. I'll check right now.
Gives you proficiency, I believe, in the tools that you create.
Mm-hmm.
Let me check.
Because I brought out a prop, can I get advantage if I do it?
You were already going to have advantage because you were having help.
Cool.
So yes, you can headcanon that it's because you brought out it for a prop.
I love
You have a
headcanon in
head
reality.
cannon now. Thomas shoots the head cannon. Oh, good one, Alex. You fucking saved this. Oh boy, oh boy.
I'm not proficient
Okay,
with
you
these
know what?
cooks tools.
Okay,
You know what? Just for now, you will add your proficiency bonus. Micah, we'll discuss it after stream.
Okay. Not enough. That was a 4.
Also add your dexterity or wisdom, your choice.
You roll with advantage.
My disdom. Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
you add your advantage.
Okay, cool. That's a 12.
Okay, you cook the food. It's not like the best omelet type dish you've ever had, but it's an omelet type dish. It subsists your stomachs for the rest of the day as you anything else before you get onto the road.
I'm sorry. All I can imagine is that you just like cracked a bunch of eggs over the ingredient. No preparing, no slicing.
I don't think I skinned the rabbit either.
Yeah, it is just like chunks, not even chunks, like whole unwashed carrots, still smelling of the inside of a wolf's mouth. All baked into eggs.
It's food.
Breakfast.
And Hayden, as we're waking up, doing our morning routine, I'm going to move my infusion from my shield back to my crossbow.
Okay, so
because I really needed that last time.
Your runes glow, pop them, and you put them onto your crossbow. Is it magically enchanted? Ooh. Okay, onto the road for the day. Yes, unless anybody else has anything else they would like to do, let's go ahead and somebody give me a survival check. Somebody just give me a roll.
Survival check. Or do we want to rotate survival checks? Let's rotate.
What's your
chaos?
Probably the wisest one here, right?
My survival is +7.
Oh my god.
Let's let you.
Yeah, you go ahead and take care of that one.
See, but the fun is if it fucks up.
That's true. Brother, speaking of fucking up though, I got a 4 for just
oh cool.
Whatever whatever else you told us to roll.
Okay, hold up. Let me. God damn it.
Because you did say survival and something else, right?
Just a D20.
Okay, yeah.
The 4. You got a 4. That's wonderful.
Counter table.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
Oh, cool.
And it was easy.
Okay. Let me double check this. Let me double check that I have this right in my head.
Let me double check that the boss is going to kill you all in a single.
Yes. You rolled the Phoenix King comes right now.
Oh shit.
Okay. So, your travels ensue into the day. Clouds are starting to just kind of hover in the sky. It's not overcast, but it's not a bright, clear day. There's just, some fluffy clouds just in the air. Nothing too ominous. And your day continues on for a few hours. You're hitting about the hottest part of the day. The sun is directly over your head as you are just walking on foot to where Dionys, you hear a while in front of you, just over, you're kind of going uphill at the moment. You hear horse clops kind of getting closer, and as you all continue to walk, you all begin to hear the horse clops as they get closer.
Should we? I guess we don't need to hide. Nothing too suspicious about horse clops.
Not inherently, although we might want to like get out of the way.
Yeah, let's get to the side of the road.
Okay.
Yeah.
So as you move to the side of the main road, you see cresting over the hill a horse attached to a covered wagon, and on this covered wagon, it is a red felt or red cloth covering, not felt. That would be weird.
Yeah.
A red cloth covering over this wagon as it goes, and you see at the front of the sorry, my brain is just really off today.
You okay, baby?
Steering and guiding this this cart. That's what it is. That's the word I was looking for that took me so long, is cart. There is a human seeming man, probably in his later 30s, a dark skin, hair currently covered by a red hood that goes into a cloak that kind of goes off of his back. He has some like patchwork light brown leather armor that kind of goes over as he is guiding this horse and cart across the road. As you see, and as he begins to approach, you see on the side of his cart, there is a painting of a it's outlined of this long cylinder, and coming off of the top of this cylinder is a just a little squiggly line, and at the end of it is a like little lines that come off of it, almost looking as though this line were on fire. And
I love the wagon of dynamite barreling down the road.
As he begins to approach, he notices you all, and kind of gives a little salute as he begins to go by, and then kind of notices Buddy and you know, your whole just kind of group demeanor, and begins to kind of pull and slow his horses as he stops and is now just slowly approaching you, maybe about 40 feet off.
Wait, that cylinder wasn't like a cigarette, was it?
It was not a cigarette, no.
Okay, cool. I just got to make sure that this isn't a tobacco seller.
Could you imagine I prepped that?
Yeah,
no,
sorry.
The cylinder shape looks more akin to a cartoon stick of dynamite.
Okay.
Is what you all as people would recognize, but most of your characters would probably not. Except for you, Monty, you would probably recognize the shape of this figure. As he kind of slows, he says, "Hello! Well met, travelers."
Hey. You got bombs in there?
You're very forward, aren't you?
Yeah.
He kind of has fully pulled the carriage to a stop, and he slides out and lands on the floor and says, "I do indeed have bombs of sorts in there. You are the type that look like you use bombs. Would I be wrong?"
Not yet.
Bitch, I am a bomb.
That's true.
Diana's very proudly claps you on the back.
I do a little fire prestidigitation flourish.
I would say I'm certainly in the market for a bomb or two. Morton Crest, by the way. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. My name is Dovak Collis. I
Well
am
met.
a purveyor of explosive arts, as I like to call it. It's at this point, as you see, you see a small little purple furred hand, like push out and start to pull across and open up the covered wagon as it opens up into and emerges from it this small creature none of you have ever seen. It is very, very small, maybe only about 1.5 to 2 feet tall, like large for a creature, but like think of like its body shape is very similar to like an oversized toddler or a toddler. But it is. What's up?
I definitely thought you were about to introduce furries into your world. You were just these purple furry hands. I'm like, oh my god, no.
They're pudgy little like black fingers that then are covered in this purple fur that goes over its whole body. It has a nice like really very round head, these large black eyes, a like black large like snout type nose, and in the black eyes there are red pupils in like the middle of it, and then the purple fur covers just the rest of its stubby little arms and legs as it goes, as he goes, oh Lester, please stay in there, as he kind of picks up the thing and gives it a little scruff on its head and puts it back and then covers the wagon again.
We don't mind.
Wait, let him speak.
Make a persuasion check.
It's an 18.
Yes.
That's all my other shit.
Oh, all right. He goes over and unlatches and pulls open the cavern again, and picks up and is now holding the purple furry creature by it like a baby as he kind of walks over. He hands it out. It goes,
As someone from Kingdom of the Wilds, have I seen anything like this before in my life?
Make a nature check for me. Anybody else that would like to can make a nature check for me.
Yeah.
Oops, a doofa. This is not gonna look very well.
Yeah, I'll go make one.
I got a nat 20 to a total of 25.
God almighty, I got a 3.
I don't know what it is. That's gonna be a 21.
21. Michael, what did you get?
3.
3. Thomas, what did you get?
8.
Okay. None of you recognize it except for Monty. Monty, something you look at it for a second, and then something about the purple fur clicks in your mind as you remember reading somewhere in doing your research when you were just beginning as an artificer about a creature called a powder monkey, which is extraordinarily rare. And all you would know from it is that it has properties to its biology which many artificers find extraordinarily useful. Though the books that you read didn't go into depth as to how those what those biological features were and what they were and how they worked. You just knew that they were extraordinarily rare and highly sought after by artificers. As it goes, as he kind of, you see, it doesn't really talk all that much. It's a.
But when it does, it's delightful. Thank you.
Yes, he's quite cute.
Going to pluck a one of the little pins from her cactus and press it into her tongue, casting "Speak with Animals."
Okay.
Very nice.
Okay.
I love that
have to speak
flavored
with
cast.
prepared.
That was beautiful, Colin. I really like that description.
Let me double check what that spell does. Okay. Yeah. That is you you can now understand what it's saying, as it's just kind of like, I'm hungry. I have food. I'm hungry.
She's going to say, your powder monkey. What is his name again?
This is Lester, as he's now kind of holding him a lot more like a baby, kind of on his hip. He's my assistant.
Oh, well, he is hungry. Are meals included in his pay?
Of course, I'm not a monster. 1 second, as he kind of...
You sell bombs.
I sell bombs to help cities.
There is nothing wrong with a good bomb.
I'm just being a dick. I'm sorry. I had a weird sleep last night, and I've been having trouble breathing on the count of the caramel that's currently in my lungs.
Give us the sugar. Thomas, give us the sugar.
We can feed it.
I don't think so.
We can feed it.
Thomas.
Does he like sugar? Is that too much for him?
I'm going to take 5. Thomas is
Go
gonna
smoke some more sugar.
Thomas just walked off.
Thomas is gonna go smoke more.
Smoke
But he's gonna try to cool off, and to do so, he has to smoke more sugar.
Is this what being a parent feels like?
So
Imagine the parent of a 70-year-old man.
Dovok sets the powder monkey Lester on the cart, as it kind of is just kind of like sitting there, kind of just like looking at all of you, very dumbfounded. As he reaches in and kind of is in his cart looking through stuff, you hear like rattling metal hitting against metal. As he pulls out a small block of cheese and hands it to Lester, who takes it in his hands. His hands don't necessarily fit around the entire block, as he's now going. So I got your name, as he comes back to the group. I got your name, Martin, but the rest of you.
I'm Micah.
I'm sorry,
I am
Morton.
Domat, and
Micah, Dionys, and the old man who's run off and is...
But that was Thomas.
Thomas.
He's not normally like... He's going through a phase, I think.
Of course. Is there anything I could help you with? Morton, you said you wanted bombs?
Real quick, Hayden, did your mic come unplugged?
Oh, am I sounding weird?
You're a little warbly again.
DM.
Hello? Am I okay?
A little warbly.
Hello?
I think you're better now.
Okay, is it hello? Good? Yes?
It sounds better.
Okay.
A little bit better.
That's weird. Yeah, cool. So, sorry, where were we?
We just introduced ourselves,
yes.
and Mark was starting to talk specifically about what we needed from him.
Yeah, so we are a group who occasionally will find ourselves at the end of a few swords. I'm a man. I assume you're somewhat of an artificer, an inventor.
I am of sorts. I'm not. I see you are one that presumes more in the actual metalwork field. Yes, I assume this is your creation.
Yeah, this is Buddy.
It's very technically impressive. I congratulate you.
Thank you. So I would love, and I trust your eye. I would love a couple, maybe big bombs to blow some people up if need be.
Well, I don't normally advertise my services as one that is for blowing people up, but I do...
Blowing people up in self-defense, of course.
Of course, as all adventurers do in self-defense. I am mostly a demolitionist. I help cities with their troubles in, sometimes building gets old and it takes a lot of manpower to take them down, and some people like to watch things explode. So, a lot of my current stash is currently already spoken for. I'm on my way to Zaspros to help with a construction project there. But I do have a small collection of dynamite I could sell you.
I would certainly not be adverse to some dynamite. Quick little side note, for my own curiosity, are you working directly with the city on this construction project?
Yes, I was contracted by the city.
Cool.
Where is it that you were coming from?
I am coming from, well, I just passed through Domat, but I am, well, coming from is kind of, I'm from all over. I don't really...
I don't mean to pry. I suppose what it is that I was interested in anything you could tell us about Domat. That is where we are headed.
Well, it's a modest city. Have you never been there before?
None of us have, no.
Well, it's mostly a farming town. There's not a lot of main exports. Not a lot of... The city itself is, nothing to gawk at, but it's nice. The people there are kind. People are very welcoming in the main part of the thoroughfare. Your last day of travel, you will be traveling by a lot of homesteads, most likely.
Is it prone to a lot of arson? Arson?
I'm aware of arson.
Sorry.
Are you asking if it's easy to burn down?
No.
Because if
Actually,
that's the case, I might have to.
Technically speaking, we're a wandering group of firefighters, and we look for arson all the time. It happens all over the place. Those motherfuckers did arson again, so we have to put out the fires.
On that note, what we would like to do is to bring you... we have had some troubles recently with certain purveyors of flame. So, we have had some carts in particular that were set aflame. Given the state of your product, I would like to give you a fair warning about that. Do be careful. It seems to me that there's a lot of damage to be done with your goods.
Well, I will. Thank you very much. I will keep a lookout. I'm quite proficient at defending myself, though. So, and most of my cart itself is, of course, a wary spark in there could do a lot of damage. So I've taken other necessary precautions. However, that is all about. I was only in Domat for a day or so, so I don't know much of the going on of the town.
No worries. Thank you. And then Dionysus is going to go, and she's going to just chat with Lester. Not say anything in particular, just kind of the same way you would with a baby, where you're just like, oh, you're a little baby. You have no idea what's going on.
I like cheese! As he's more of gnawing on the cheese rather than really taking he's treating it like a Cheerio, like a toddler's bowl of Cheerios where he's just taking bites and stuff. So you go over there as Dovok turns back to you and says, "You were the one you wanted explosives, yes?"
Yeah, how much for a stick of dynamite?
A stick will run you 30 gold pieces.
30 gold for one stick.
And I have 3 I could be able to sell you. Now, these can do, the ones that I'm selling you are for more personal use. They are, they're not going to really, bring a cave crumbling down, but they, if held or thrown near somebody, could do a chunk of damage.
Yeah, I think I'll take one.
Just one?
I think so.
Next time I see you, I might not have any in stock.
Yeah, I mean, maybe I could take a crack at making my own if it comes down to it, but...
Well, how much is a stick?
30 gold pieces.
Yeah.
Why not? We could splurge on a stick or two.
With party funds?
Here. And Dionysus is going to reach into her pouch and give you 30 gold.
Oh, I was gonna buy my own stick.
Oh, no need. I have no use for it, and I have what I need for the time being. So.
Sure. That's very kind of you.
She's gonna go back to brushing Lester's fur.
Then I guess with that, Monty will purchase. He'll use the gold he was going to use and that gold for 2 sticks of dynamite.
2 sticks is all? You're just going to leave me with one?
Yeah.
Oh,
maybe you'll need it.
You're very pushy.
Well, look, not a lot of people like buying 1 stick of dynamite, As he reaches into his cart, pulls out these 2 long red sticks, and he wraps them in a thin black rope. As he says, and part of my guarantee is I let you pick your own fuse length. I've tied them together with the fuse. If you care to, you can either just ignite them now. You'll have only a couple seconds after you do that. Or if you would like to, you can use my wrapping as a fuse. Part of my specialty.
Very nice. I like that.
As he hands you the 2 long red sticks.
All right.
Now, is there anything else I can do you for? Any orders you'd like to put in? As explosives are my specialty, I could try working on something for you. I'm always looking for new work, and adventurers always have the best requests.
At the moment, I think we're pretty good, but I will keep the name Dovak Collis in mind for any of our building detonating needs.
Very well. He turns around and goes to Lester, and he takes the cheese out of his hand. He's like, "Aww!" You hear so as he takes it, he sets it back in the into the cart, and then picks up Lester, kind of looks at him. He's like, "I got you," and he reaches and pulls out a small brown pouch as he pulls it across, and just kind of holds Lester and holds the pouch in front of him. As you see, Lester kind of goes, and he just kind of opens his mouth, and you see a black powder just starts pouring out of his mouth into the bag. And after about a few seconds, Lester kind of shakes him. He's like, "Is that all?" And as he goes, "Oh, my big papa," as you hear Dionysus, "That's it." As then he Dovak ties the brown pouch, throws it into the cart, and sets Lester back into the cart, and closes the actual covering. As he then gets back up onto his cart, and he says, "Until next time, give the old man my regards." As he, and the horse, and begins, as he begins to, then his cart is now dragged, as he begins to go off into the rest of the day.
We should go and get Thomas.
Yeah, let's check on our guy.
I'm trying to make boats with mage hand. Like I'm like squatting at smoke. Like, oh fuck, it's sails and shit. Okay, well,
It's not going well.
yeah, of course I didn't think so. All right, well, you'll buy any cool stuff just now?
I'll show him one of the sticks of dynamite.
Well, we can do a combo kill with those if we wanted.
I'll start thinking up some names to add to the list.
Fireball. 2.
I'll do what I did to that thief. Instead of shoving an egg in his mouth, I'll shove dynamite.
Well, if you shove the dynamite, you'll probably be pretty taken care of as well. But
that's true. That's true. It's like a fight.
Are you okay? I mean, I know you've been having a rough time, and that's totally understandable. But is there anything you want to talk about?
I appreciate it, but I'm good for right now. Yeah.
Okay.
Y'all wanna go to Domat now?
Let's do it.
I'll yellow brick road down the way.
Yeah.
I'll join in.
Woo!
Man.
Okay, linking arms and going. The rest of the day goes without much issue. You are traveling down the main road. As night begins to fall again, you're into your end of your second day's journey. Anything specific you'd like to do before setting up camp and going to bed?
Monty has some. This will probably be something I'll have to talk to you about after stream, but I just thought of some stuff that I want Monty to start working on for Buddy, which we can work at after. But he'll just, for now, be jotting down ideas for like a protocol system to set up for Buddy, to potentially have Buddy obeying strict guidelines that I could set up. In case I needed to use my bonus action for something else, if that is possible.
Okay, you can start jotting ideas down.
Yeah, and I'll talk to you after. But yeah.
Okay.
That's all for me.
Are we like in the woods? Are there trees around?
Yes, there are. You've most times I assume your camp is made of finding a small clearing in the woods enough to set up a campfire and your bedrolls.
I'm gonna ask Gerald. I'm gonna be like, "Hey, Gerald, let's go find a wand, all right? If you see any cool sticks, go ahead and grab a cool stick, Gerald." Oh, awesome! I knew I could count on you, and I want to look for a really cool stick.
Okay, make an investigation check for me.
Easy.
You can be assisted by Gerald.
I got a 24, baby.
With advantage?
No, that was raw. With advantage, that's a 24. I'll stick with the 24.
Okay. You are able to find whatever specific type of stick you're looking for. What type of stick are you looking for? Like you say, cool stick. Like, are you talking like a 12-year-old's example of a cool stick where it's just like fucking massive with a bunch of like little branches hanging off, or are you talking like a cool stick in like a coolly shaped stick that you could use as a wand potentially?
The latter. The latter for sure. Yeah.
Okay. Sure. You are able to actually find in one part of the forest where there's kind of a dead tree. You see kind of hanging off a nice, like, thick branch that had fallen to the ground that in some way, you're not exactly sure how, but the wood itself had become, like, twisted. So there was like a twist throughout the wood that you could like really hold and get a good grip on. And of course it's a little rough, but you assume with some whittling and the right enchanter, this could potentially become an arcane focus.
I'm gonna take out my dagger. I'm gonna cut a little foot long piece off, and then I'm gonna go back to camp, and I'm gonna try to whittle it a little bit.
Okay, make a dexterity check for me.
Of course, absolutely. I got a 14.
Could I like give him advantage? Could I give him, with my wood carver's knowledge, give him some pointers?
Sure, I'll give you advantage, but I'll give you an extra +2.
Okay, so then my 14 would become a 16.
Okay. Because I think the help action is less of you being like, hey, do this differently, and more of like you actually like assisting with the task. So I'll let
that's fair.
An extra proficiency.
We do Patrick Swayze Ghost to whittle this wand is what we do.
So you're able to start the process of you're just kind of basically using your dagger to smooth out this curved branch, this like twisted root that you now hold in your hand. Not a root, but thick like one. As you begin to just kind of take off that excess and begin to smooth out the parts that kind of are uncomfortable in your grip. As you begin to your process of creating a new arcane focus. Anybody else doing anything this evening?
Diana's cops the fuck out.
Okay. Yeah. Everybody goes to sleep. Can I get a perception check from Buddy?
Yes, and of course, alarm is set again.
Of course.
That will be a 17.
A 17? A 17. Buddy is ever vigilant, as he always is, watching into the woods as you all get your peaceful night's sleep. You awaken to the sound of birds chirping throughout the forest, the smell of that fresh spring air fills your lungs as you are ready to hit into your third day of travel to the city of Domat. So, can I please get another survival check and another D20 roll from somebody?
Oh.
Right on that D20.
It's going to be a 26 for survival.
Okay.
I will survive.
Dionysus keeps you on track very well throughout the majority of the day.
I'm going to roll the D20.
Okay.
Roll. It's a 9.
9. Okay.
Hayden's making a face like we're about to get hit by an asteroid from a 9.
And then the Tarrasque opens up through the world beneath you.
That was effective. You all blow up and die. Oh, shit.
So, as you begin onto your journey through the main road, you look up, Dionysus, as you're traveling. You kind of like look up to the sky for a moment, and you notice that in the path you are heading, there is a large collection of gray clouds, like dense gray clouds. Maybe you're not exactly sure. You're close. You're not exactly sure how close. And as you look, you actually do see a little bit of light, like pop in the clouds for just a second, and then dim away in just a millisecond of a flash of light. As it is in your direct path, or you assume where the road is heading. This large storm that is brewing is in the southern direction.
I think that we might be looking at a storm coming down on all of us. Perhaps it would be best for all of us to get off the road once more, set up a tent. We can wait it out at least. Worst comes to worst, we lose a day, half a day of travel, but better that than one of us getting sick in the process.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Then I guess we got start setting up camp.
Okay. Yeah. So you begin to set up a shelter. So you are just losing an entire day of travel. You will not have any progression because this was in your first couple hours of travel. So you pull off. You're just setting up a tent. Are you doing anything else?
That's for is it looking like the storm's gonna last that long?
Make a nature check.
Check. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. That's 13.
I mean, the clouds are like quite dense, and they do seem to be approaching your area. You're not exactly sure how long it's gonna last, but it does seem to be getting closer.
Can I guess let's. Ooh, I'm gonna be an artificer at work. I guess I'm gonna try to get started on creating a nice little. If we go like just a little bit into the woods and try to create a shelter, if that is possible, or at least some sort of trapping to stop as much water from getting to our tent.
Okay, how exactly what are you trying to create? What's your idea here?
I'm thinking sticks with possibly, just set up a basic stick structure. Get a lot of nice juicy leaves on that. Maybe if we can get some kind of like natural paste to get the leaves to stick. And try to just get it all nice and blocked off to at least put a damper on the rain.
Okay, so you're trying to create a roof out of leaves, basically.
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead and... I'm going to say that is going to be a survival check because of the tools you are using.
Okay. I've got proficiency in woodcarver's tools. Would I add my proficiency at all, or just flat survival?
Woodcarver's tools are less of a... they're more for intricacies, I believe, rather than necessarily... necessarily like large structures. So it's just a survival check, not a woodcarver's check.
Then that will be a 2.
So you create a standing structure. It stands up. You're not exactly sure how much it's going to be able to withstand the slightest gust of wind, but it stands up.
I did something. This might be a rough night.
No.
We will make it work.
Yes.
Okay. So, you all huddle into a tent. Yes.
Actually, Micah is going to try to use this as an opportunity to train having to attack with like rough terrain, like in a weird situation. So he's going to like practice some like glaive movements and like stances or whatever,
Okay.
at least for the first few minutes of the rain.
If the storm comes onto you. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So, depending on how long you train in there, you're going to risk... well, also, the storm hasn't hit you yet, so we'll come to that if the storm hits you.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was going to say, in preparation for the storm, Dionysus will be transforming into a dire wolf this time. So a big ol' wolf. And she is going to actually dig kind of like a little moat around the tent.
Okay.
That way it can kind of like collect the water and at least like push it off so it won't flood us.
Okay.
And then create kind of like a little offshoot as well.
You're creating like a runoff. I got you. Okay. Make a survival check. I know I've made a lot of survival checks this session, but a lot of what you're doing is survival based.
Yeah. I got an 18.
An 18. Okay. you dig a trench that offshoots, and you think you're probably going to be able to collect rainwater pretty safely.
Cool.
All right. Yeah, it's mostly just
it's
to
not
make
for
sure.
collect, but you're going to be able to collect you're not going to have like a flooding.
I see what you mean. I thought collect like, oh, let's get like the pails of water.
No. That's not what I mean. Okay, so as you begin to just kind of wait at your encampment, anything specific anybody's doing as the storm draws closer, as off in the distance you hear the slight
would it be reasonable to assume that when I was getting supplies that I would have gotten a nice little bottle of liquor?
Yeah.
So, as we're all like huddled up in the tent, who wants to play a drinking game?
I'm game.
I personally believe that all of us would like to play a drinking game.
All right.
I call him sopping wet. Hey guys, who wants to drink?
The storm has not hit yet.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Why are you wet, Micah? What? What is that about?
Don't ask. Don't even. Here.
Okay.
Scotch. What you got?
Yeah. It's I'm a whiskey guy myself. Is that cool? I figure we'll make do. I will. I'll set the bottle of whiskey in the middle of us. Does anybody have any specific game they want to play?
You were the one to propose it. You come up with the game.
Sure. This is a game I would play with the some of the other younger people in my hometown. We will each. I'll fill up 4 glasses with whiskey. And then I set it to the side. We'll go around the circle. Each one of us will say something that we've never done before. If you have done it, you take a drink.
Okay. All
right. I guess I'll start. See. I have never been I've never been in the snow before.
Would that be something I would have to worry about from the Kingdom of the Wilds?
Maybe.
Yeah. I'll take a shot just for the.
Yeah, I'll drink. I'll fucking cheers whoever else has got a drink, and I'll knock it back.
Yeah. All right, Micah, you next.
Okay. No, I'm always bad at these. I've think. I've never made an omelet that came out well.
Gonna drink.
Yeah, certainly not over here.
Yeah.
Dionysus.
Never have I ever been to the Kingdom of Peaks.
Ooh.
None of us.
I've never been outside the kingdom at all.
Never have I ever made a robot friend named Buddy. Am I right, guys? I'll cheers Mike on that. I'll drink one just for fun.
All right. Never have I ever killed someone with magic.
Okay. I'm like thinking about if technically I killed that one guy with an egg, I just also shot fire down his throat. But you know what? Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was the egg that killed him.
I agree.
Michael looks down at his hands. They've been soaked with so much blood.
But not magically.
Not magic blood, but blood, all the same. He takes a shot.
Oh.
Oh.
You okay, bud? You all right?
No, I'm good. It's just a bit.
Okay. You want to cry?
I gotta do.
All right. Let's cry.
I like how we all got like 2 shots in.
All right. Let's all. me and Micah are gonna go do push-ups and cry.
We're gonna go do push-ups and smoke sugar.
And cry all at once.
Cry.
I'm a triple threat. I do push-ups, smoke sugar, and cry at the same time.
So, as the two of you step out of the tent to go begin your push-ups and crying routine,
And smoking, don't forget.
and smoking,
Sugar.
you do notice it's a touch darker outside, and there's a mist of like water that begins to kind of waft over your skin every once in a while. You feel every once in a while you will feel a large drop hit your skin as you hear as the thunder is now very close. The two of you, that was a very bad thunder sound, but as all four of you, you hear this loud crack through the now. It's only about 2:00, but the darkness has begun to really like push into your area.
Thomas, you ever mud wrestle somebody?
No, but I'd be down to. Are you trying to mud wrestle right now?
No, not right now. But like at a time when we have a place to go back and change into, hell yes, brother.
Yes, I mean I mud wrestled just like when I was growing up back at the university.
We do it as part of training for the closed fist, clenched fist.
Really?
Yeah, we did mud wrestling and mud volleyball and mud stealth. That was always the roughest. Mud stealth.
Mud stealth.
I fucking hate mud stealth so much.
Do you like roll around in the mud and then sneak around? Is that?
Yep.
Whoa.
Ooh,
that's pretty hardcore, dude.
Rough. Felt like a pig.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
You're a cool dude, Micah.
Thank you. And so are you. Which is
Thanks,
why I think that, I put my hand on the shoulder. I think you're too cool to be smoking sugar.
I'll like look up into the rain and feel the rain on my face.
It has started to get significantly more and more. Like it's like consistent now.
You're right. I am too cool to smoke sugar.
I'm glad you agree, bud.
I'll give
We're here for you if you start having withdrawals. I know it's only been literally twice. You've only done it twice, but for the sake of an arc, we're going to be on your side if you need us, okay?
All right. I'll give you some of the loose sugar in my pockets. Be like, all right, here you go. Hold on to this for me. Wanna go back inside?
I'm just standing out in the rain with a handful of like a combination of sugar and pocket lint. Like it's diluting in the rain.
Okay.
Wipe it off to walk inside the tent.
So
Yeah.
you get inside as you now hear the rain, the pitter patter of the rain, all across the across the roof that's in front of you, and then you hear the like this wind beginning to pick up, and it's really kind of beating against my sound effects game is off today.
All right.
The wind beating against the side of your tent as you then hear a cracking and you feel you hear cracking and the wind pick up, and you hear what sounds like branches hitting in, like tumbling off and hitting into other branches, as you kind of you get the sense that whatever was covering you is now gone, because the rain is now hitting against the side of the tent, and it is coming down. Every minute or so, you're hearing a as the lightning and thunder. You're seeing flashes in the sky as this wind storm is coming down and down and down. And at one point, you're all kind of huddled together, doing whatever you're doing.
Ionis is telling a scary story.
You hear a small little, and then one of the sides of the tent flies up as you see the rope and the piton that was attached to it is now flying, dangling in the air, and a fourth of the tent has now been caught under and is blowing away, and you see another side of the tent is starting to give in and starting to, every time it flaps, it's flapping a little bit higher, as now the wind and cold air is coming right into your tent, and the rain begins to kind of catch with the wind and begin to hit against your skin. With the strong wind that you actually kind of have to, it takes your body like half a second to adjust to the really strong blow that's coming through your tent.
Okay, so immediately Dionysus is going to say, all right, well, let's finish that in a moment. And she's going to get up and step outside to I guess, fix the fucking tent.
I want to help out.
Yeah, I'll go to help as well, of course.
Okay.
Although Thomas keeps checking over his shoulders for whatever this ghost story was about. Oh, okay. Well, snow.
It was just reaching the part where there was the hook was in the wagon door.
Yeah, I'm looking for hook-handed things.
All right, Thomas, make a perception check.
Oh boy.
He's
I
in
got a
the
19 perception.
19 perception? Well, hold up. Let me roll. Okay, cool.
Is Hayden making a stealth check for something? He's just fucking with us. He's bluffing.
I'm gonna.
So, Dionysus, you are attempting to grab the rope that is flying off into the air. Anything specific you're doing to assist yourself, or are you just trying to grab it?
I mean, it's very rudimentary, just trying to grab at it, at least so that she can hold it down and we can get it nailed back into the ground.
Okay, go ahead and make a athletics or acrobatics check.
Well, definitely not athletics. I don't think I've ever made a character that was good at athletics. Well, that's shitty. That's an 11.
Can I help out in the process?
Yeah, I think we both said we were gonna help.
Yeah, I'll give that. So, Dionysus, you have advantage on that.
Okay, great. That's 12.
A little bit better.
Okay. So Dionysus, so you're kind of trying, and as you grab the canvas flaps of the tent as it's coming up, and you finally, every time you grab it, it's wet and slick, so your fingers just keep slipping off, and every time you try to grab the rope, it's still attached to the piton. So you're kind of having to avoid the whip, the spike whip that has been created by this wind. And as soon as you get a handle and you kind of tie your hand around the rope and you grab onto the tent, the other side, the one that is directly next to it, that was starting to be picked up by the wind, that piton flips out of the ground. And now two sides of the tent are fully up and it is catching all of the wind. Dionysus, I need you to make a athletics check to maintain your hold on the tent.
And can I try to grab the other end that just came up?
Yes, I need you to make a acrobatics or athletics check.
All right,
Okay.
that's going to be a 7.
A 7?
23 for me.
Oh, okay.
Let's keep this tent on the ground, hopefully.
So Monty, you immediately see that happen. You dash over, and at before the Pitten's even fully out of the ground, you have grabbed it and have started to try to pull it back in. But Dionys, your arm, like, almost gets ripped out of the socket as, you know, the two sides of this tent have come up and the wind fills the interior and catches it almost like a sail as it almost rips your hand out of the arm out of the socket, and then like with a heavy amount of rope burn, it just kind of, the rope pulls itself off your arm and the air is like, it's flapping in the air again. Monty, you are having a lot of trouble holding the actual thing. You can try to nail it down again, but it will be at disadvantage.
Yeah. Sorry. I guess I'll just try to use my light hammer, nail it down. And can I get Buddy to try to help me kick it down, like push it down?
Okay. Yeah. So you'll just do a straight survival roll, please.
All right. 16.
Ooh.
Okay.
How heavy is Buddy?
Buddy, I think I did the math at one point. He's probably about like 700, 800 pounds.
Okay. How tall is he?
He's 7 feet tall.
How long is the distance between these 2 points in the ground?
Dude, okay. While I'm gonna just try to keep my foot on the Pitten. I take my my weaving fork out. I hastily tap some runes and I swing it at Buddy. A little like kind of rippling wave of energy shoots out, hits Buddy. I cast Enlarge on Buddy. He's now twice his size and twice as heavy. Okay. He's going to reach both of his arms out and plant them down on either side of the tent.
Okay. Because your wingspan is about your height, right? That's something about how...
Typically.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so I was gonna say that if it's a 4-person tent, you're about 15 feet by 15 feet to sleep comfortably with all of you in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that sounds about right.
It's like a huge tent.
It's for. I mean, I assume you had because you said you were all in the one tent, so I assume that whatever camping supplies you purchased was a large canvas tent. And so Buddy is able to grab the one that you have. I need him to make a athletics or acrobatics check to grab the next one. The one that Dionys has let go of.
That was very smart thinking, Micah. That was great. 17?
17. Okay. That is just enough. That is just enough. As you grab, as Buddy kind of, you keep the foot on, he reaches over, grabs the one out of the air, pulls it taut, and begins to bring down the actual tent, and then sticks one arm into it, one side, and pushes the Pitten down into the mud, and takes the other arm in the other side and pushes the Pitten down into the mud. I need him to make just a general strength check to try to retain this.
Okay. That'll be an 18.
18? Okay. He's able to kind of push and keep his hands as the wind kind of no longer is really catching the thing. It's still a hard wind as you're able to all retreat back inside the tent as you hear the wind whipping against it. Yes, Dionys.
I was going to say, so we're in like a forest clearing, right?
Yes.
So what Dionys is going to do, I'm just doing this for funsies, in the hopes that it might provide a little bit more shade and shelter. She is going to cast plant growth centered on the tent itself.
Okay.
So she is basically going to thrust the tip of her staff into the ground and just let that natural energy almost like echo outwards. And so all normal plants in a 100-foot radius centered on that point become thick and overgrown. Basically, it'll give us reduced movement, which sucks, but at the same time, what it's intended to do.
it will grip those pittons a lot better.
Yeah. And it'll hopefully cause the trees above us to be a little bit more lush, provide us a little bit more shelter. Trees thicker, reduce some of that wind.
Good shit.
Good shit.
Determined to make use of that spell.
Yeah, I know.
Awesome.
A turnaround on that one.
Okay. Yeah, cool. That doesn't have. It's just they're overgrown now. They're thick and overgrown as all the grass that was around you, becomes these more like root type thickness around, and eventually when the enlarge fades on Buddy, your pittons are still hard into the ground. So you're no longer worried. There's no longer a worry of your tent being blown up. It is cold because the wind is still there are still moments of air getting under the tent. This cold, storm, wet air that is coming under and kind of in through. Even though you've closed up the tent, you're still getting the thing. So you're not going to get the most comfortable night's sleep as the storm continues for hours and hours. For the rest of the evening and well into the night, the storm is continuing. Anything else you would like to do?
Trying to dry stuff.
Prestidigitation, easy enough. You are able to keep your campsite pretty clean.
Let's see, do I don't have that. No, I'm just chilling.
Hayden, would it be feasible for me to almost cast prestidigitation on the air above me to keep it dry, so it's like I have a magic umbrella? It's kind of fun, right?
Yeah. It requires a lot of focus. You won't be able to retain it as you go to sleep, but
that's it.
Yeah, I'll say that's possible.
Cool.
It's just you just clean the air around you, so it's just every few seconds, well, you're not also directly in the rain right now.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
But if you were to go
I was just meaning when I was out there, if I could.
Yeah. Very cool. So, you all, anything else you're doing before you go to sleep?
Do we establish shifts for trying to go to bed or whatever for this, or not?
Buddy does not sleep. So the way we've been doing it is that Buddy just keeps watch, and I have my alarm spell out.
Yeah. I'm just okay. Yeah, I got you.
We all like to.
If we feel better with it, we can, but.
No, I'm just asking for tonight since he's going to be holding down the Pythons or whatever.
He's small again within an hour.
But the plants are not.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Never mind. We're good.
Okay. I need everybody to make a Constitution saving throw throughout the night, please.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As the storm persists.
Would Buddy be included in that?
Buddy does not sleep. This is to see if
Cool.
you're able to get a comfortable enough sleep.
Ooh.
Yeah, I got a 21. Dionysus is like, I'm fine.
Yeah.
Diana said, "Sleep, you say?" I got a 13.
I got a 7.
I got a 12. So for Dionysus, this is background ASMR.
Oh
Everyone
yeah, Dionysus sleeps to a white noise machine.
Dionysus turns on thunderstorm sounds to go to bed.
Everybody except for Thomas is able to sleep very, very well. Thomas, something about the air, the way that cool air coming in and against your just kind of your older body and sleeping with the sound is not really jiving for you as you
Also the spooky story.
Yes. You keep swearing you see a hooked shadow on the tent.
Okay.
As you are not able to get a comfortable enough sleep, and you have gained 1 level of exhaustion.
Oh no.
I have no idea what that does.
Exhaustion just it has a bunch of different levels. If you get to level 6, you're gonna die, but you're not gonna get there. The first level, I'm double checking it, but it gives you disadvantage on ability checks until you remove that level of exhaustion, and that level of exhaustion can only be removed by finishing a long rest.
Cool.
So, as morning comes, the storm has finally died down, and you are Thomas. You are able to awaken from your last little 30-minute cat nap that you got from sleeping absolutely just no good sleep. All your bones are sore.
What else is
just
new?
stuff like that. As you all awaken to that fresh after after rain smell. That has kind of really set into the environment around you. All of the plants all have a level of moisture over the top of them. As you step out of your tent and begin to pack up camp for your 4th day on the road. What would normally be your final day, but you lost a whole day's worth of travel.
Yeah.
God, I hate the fucking rain.
Yeah.
It is wonderful to sleep too.
Yes, for sure.
More relaxed. I don't know about y'all.
Buddy. Buddy, you want to carry me, bud? No.
I'll nod, and Buddy will go to pick him up.
Okay.
Can I sleep in Buddy's arms?
Diana, sorry, did you said something?
Well, I was going to offer to give him a ride, but if he would sleep better in his arms, I'm all for that as well.
Thomas is gonna shoot awake. I'm sorry, were you gonna do cool magic stuff? What do you...
Oh, nothing you haven't seen. And she's going to transform into a riding horse.
Whoa.
You could just do that?
Yeah. It's fucking useless in combat now. I can't talk, but...
This is so cool.
She's already in horse form.
Yeah.
She went straight into it.
Of course.
Oh yeah.
The ribbons.
She's got her little ribbons on the ears, and she's gonna trot around in the grass. It's really difficult because it's still overgrown. It's kind of trying to do the whole show pony thing, but it's not really.
Love that. Before we go, I'm gonna try to make some coffee.
Okay.
If you have left.
Yeah, you're kind of able to make some semblance of coffee.
Okay.
Again, you don't have the dedicated tools to making coffee.
Yeah.
But you're able to get enough of some beans that you picked up, most likely, and you're able to make a cup of bean water.
You guys ever tried pinto beans for coffee? It's so good. You would not believe. Pinto beans, exceptional.
So, on to your 4th day of travel. Thomas, so unfortunately, it's not like sleeping in a car. There's not riding a horse and trying to sleep while riding a horse. I mean, I've never necessarily tried it, but it does require a certain level of consciousness to stay on a horse.
I was thinking Mercedes lackey arrows of the queen. Since I'm an intelligent horse,
it would help, but You're not really going to be able, unless you had a cart, which you could fully, like your body could fully relax in. You're not going to be able to get a long rest on the road.
I want to turn to my group, and I want to be like, okay, guys, here's the deal. I'm really exhausted. I didn't sleep well last night. Did any of y'all have any rope?
For what purpose?
Are we
I
gonna
need you to
tie
tie
you to
me
a rope?
and then tie me to Dionysus, so it's like a tight hammock, and then I'll sleep in that as we just ease on through.
I suppose that is something we could do. DM,
You could try it.
Am I able to suss out if that would lead to a good night's sleep?
Make an intelligence check.
Sure thing, boss. 24.
Probably not. There's a high it could. There's a very low possibility that nothing goes wrong and Thomas stays draped over the top of Dionysus like a criminal in a western. But the higher likelihood is there's one little shifting moment and his body flips over and he is now hanging from the middle of Dionysus, and Dionysus' legs kick into him and wake him up. It's possible, but it's a very low likelihood.
Can we make a stretcher? 2 sticks and some canvas.
That might be a lot.
Find Dionysus.
This is a little much, I feel.
That would also put the both of you at risk for exhaustion or carrying somebody for 8 hours.
Okay, so how would Thomas get rid of this level of exhaustion? Because as far as I know, this first level is get disadvantage on some stuff.
Disadvantage on ability checks.
Okay.
I just have to sleep. I'll just ride Dionysus.
Hayden, what if I were to shrink Thomas and Buddy carried him like a babe?
Your shrink only lasts for an hour.
Oh, that's true. Sorry.
Wait.
But an hour and baby time is 7 weeks.
I also have reduce. We could alternate shrink.
I can only do it twice.
I have 5 spell slots that I could cast it. You can cast
We would be using all of our spell slots for above second level, and that would only get him to 7 hours.
Yeah, we can't.
I think technically that also works because I believe you can have up to an hour of your 8-hour rest not be resting and still retain it.
I'll do it. I'm down.
So you could use all of your spell slots to reduce him. At that point, I would say half-sized Thomas is probably enough to get a comfortable enough sleep in his arms. Thomas would still have to make a check, but the DC would be much lower.
Okay, this is entirely unnecessary, but
It's so dumb.
my offense would 100% be behind it if you wanted to do it.
Discuss it.
For the sake of the stream, because it's silly, I'd be down to do this. Just because it's silly.
Also, it could really fuck us over in combat, and that could be kind of funny.
See, that's my fear, but it's
We're
silly.
tough. We can handle ourselves.
Yeah.
Who needs spell slots anyways?
And I'll use mine first because I need my second levels a lot less than you do, probably.
Sounds good.
Okay. So I need somebody to roll a survival check and somebody to roll a d20.
I think it's my turn for the old D20.
Indeed.
Also,
I'll roll for survival.
Thomas, you are aware this is going to hurt your sleep schedule, yes?
Oh no, not the sleep schedule.
You're going to sleep all day.
I don't want to do this anymore then. I feel like this is going to fuck me over.
Hey.
Yeah.
to be fair, also like disadvantage on ability checks because that doesn't even include like attack rolls or saving throws.
Yeah, I'll just ride Dionysus. I like horses.
Okay.
And I like Dionysus, so Dionysus horse is like game changer.
That's enough to just kind of like you're rest. You're like, you know, you're not putting strain on your body.
Okay.
So somebody roll survival. Somebody roll d20.
D20 was 14.
Okay.
And the survival is 20.
Okay, Dionysus, you in horse mode, leading the pack. You keep going. You are you are keeping a good eye out, and you know you're following the main road. It's still the main road, so there's a very low likelihood of getting lost. But you stay on path. You make good time. As the post-storm day is quite all right. Anything you'd like to do while on the road? Also, Dionysus, how long does your wild shape last? Are you using both of them?
Yeah, I'm going to use both of them. I feel bad for him.
Okay. Anything else you're doing on the day?
I don't think, not me.
Okay. Cool. That brings us to the evening. You're doing the normal watch setup. Set up your campfire. Set up your bedrolls. And go to bed. So just for my personal curiosity, are you guys setting up the tent every night and sleeping in the tent, or is that just for unfortunate weather?
No.
But
I would like to have the tent up. At least.
And in fact, I am going to, for funsies, before we set up the tent, because the pythons are not in yet, I will actually enlarge the tent so we have a nice big roomy mansion tent.
For an hour.
Oh, that's right. Never mind. I won't do that.
So
I keep
sorry.
forgetting that. Then never mind. We figured I can't do my thing that I was gonna do, of course.
Yes.
Sorry.
But it is still a 15-foot by, because you guys would have bought a 4-person tent, so it's still a spacious tent. You don't have your campfire inside of it, so so you make your food outside. You sleep in your tent. So go ahead and let me get a perception check from Buddy.
Sure thing. 17.
17. Very good. So the night goes unnoticed. Goes very well. Thomas, you have a dream this evening, which is odd for you. You don't dream often. And in this dream, you see you are alone on a path in the middle of the night. And in the distance, you see a figure shrouded in darkness. And you are compelled to approach. And you get closer and closer and closer. And the figure looks more and more humanoid, as though they were in a cloak. And then the cloak moves back, and you see a glint of metal coming off the right hand as this large, egregious, rusted hook is unsheathed
Motherfucker.
From the cloak as it steps forward and begins to run at you. Just this figure shrouded in darkness and this gleaming large hook. As it runs at you, you turn to run, but you are not going anywhere. You can't, so you turn back to face, your body is forced to turn to face as this man gets closer and closer and closer, and then behind you, you hear a sound of what sounds like metal spinning, like spurs. And in a moment, the hook-handed figure in front of you evaporates just in a flash of white light, just and it is gone. And before you can turn around to see what the source of this noise is, you awake to a beautiful spring morning.
Cool.
So, Thomas, how'd you feel? You feel well rested?
Do I feel well rested?
Your point of exhaustion is gone.
All right, I'm gonna be like,
the fear that was in your chest in the dream immediately evaporates. In that moment where he the figure exploded, that nightmare stopped being a nightmare. So you didn't jolt up. You just kind of like it was a normal wake up, you know?
Okay. Like, yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. I'm not scared of hooks. That's ridiculous.
All
right, well.
I never said anything about hooks.
Fair.
Okay, you want to talk about your dreams?
I
feel like we've asked that at least 5 times today.
I had a weird dream. I had a nightmare. I don't usually dream. I had a dream about a hook and a hook person, and then they disappeared. Because, spurs, I suppose I heard, which was fine.
You gotta lay off that sugar, man. Hey, can't be smoking.
Does it mean something? Do you think it means something?
Well, if it does, it's pretty good for us because there was a person trying to kill me, and then they just poofed away. So I mean, if it means anything, I think we're in pretty damn good shape. So yeah,
had you heard anything like that metal sound you heard?
By the way, make a history check, because you did say spurs, and I'm not sure if spurs are not I was just doing that so you as players would know the sound I'm describing.
Okay, wait, so it wasn't spurs?
It was spurs. The sound was the sound of spurs, but this is but Thomas would not really. Spurs are not something that is used in this world. I said the sound. What Thomas heard was the sound of like a metal something spinning. But I told you all it was spurs, just so you all could like know the sound in your head.
Okay. Well, I got a 26 history. I'm a historical boy.
There is nothing in this world that you know of that elicits the same sound.
Yeah, I guess I'll repeat those exact words. There is nothing.
Retcon, he never said spurs, he just described the sound.
Wow, retconning in real time. Great show.
Real time retcon.
I love being on this crew. It's all good. That really killed the vibe. I'm so sorry.
What's it?
Are you?
Sorry, I zoned out. I'm trying to think about what this metal wheel is.
Last thing was said before is Dionysus. You said, "Do you suppose it means anything?" Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Just putting everyone back in the scene.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna go eat some Jolly Ranchers behind that tree, and I'm gonna fucking stock off, baby.
Alrighty. Your candy breakfast is well earned as you all begin to what you assume to be your final day of travel. Let me get one more survival check, one more D20 roll.
Shit. Went under the bed.
Alex turn for D20.
Alex.
I got an 11.
Perfect.
And I got a 15.
Okay. You're fine in terms of leading the group, as about halfway through your travel, you start to see the landscape shift from forest into cultivated plains. You know, the trees have started to go, and you start to see like wheat and other grains are starting to be grown in these large fields as you follow the main road. And as you go hour to hour, you get closer and closer to an unwalled city. Not large by any means, but still it's a city. It is not just a village. But as you go and you traverse through, you see people of all races working on this, pulling different, working on the fields, working with grains and the other. Basically, your road that you've been traveling through has been all like wheat and other grains. You can see off in the distance other colored plants on different fields, but you're not close enough to really figure out what they are as you get closer and closer to this unwalled city of Domat. And that is where we're going to pick up next week.
Oh.
A little bit of a shorter session, but want to make sure that we have time to get into everything next week. So please, everybody, thank you so much for watching. Having fun with us this night on this journey episode. Travel episodes are always so much fun. We had a lot of fun here. We hope to see you all again next Sunday for another episode of Jest Quest. Again, follow us on our Twitter at JestQuestDND. If you want to just have updates, feel free to tweet at us, ask us questions. One of us will be able to respond. We'll be able to talk to y'all, get some interaction going. And so, yeah. Anybody else got anything to say before we leave our precious little majesties? Alrighty.
Love y'all.
We love you all. Thank you so much for watching. Y'all have a absolutely wonderful evening. Bye, y'all.